According to the Declaration of Independence, our rights, as outlined in the first 10 amendments to our Constitution, are not given to us by government, but are inalienable rights endowed by our Creator and simply protected by our founding document. The Bill of Rights actually serves as a list of no-nos to the federal government and includes the Second Amendment, which states, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Through their writings, our founding fathers made it perfectly clear the militia is not our standing army, but is comprised of the armed populace, which is to serve as a check on our standing army. If any future secret cabal, using any one or all of our military branches, were ever to attempt a takeover or coup at the federal level. And of course, this militia was also there to aid the standing army if an outside attack were to occur. Although the founders made it clear the right to gun ownership also extended to the protection of life and property, their main concern was preventing future tyranny by an overgrown federal bureaucracy and takeover from within. Now you may say, that can't happen here. But in just the 20th century alone, just a mere span of 100 years, historians tell us governments have killed between 200 and 360 million of their own citizens. Citizens who in many cases had their guns first registered and then confiscated directly before the genocide began. And these numbers approximate today's entire population of the United States of America. Read the history of the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, where 1 out of every 3 to 5 men, women, and children were mercilessly slaughtered. Or the communist takeover in China, where between 60 and 100 million innocent souls lost their lives because they had no way to protect themselves. Look into the killing fields of Cambodia and the massacre in Rwanda, where all registered and unregistered guns were first confiscated. And listen carefully to the following quote. "This year will go down in history. For the first time, a civilized nation has full gun registration. Our streets will be safer, our police more efficient, and the world will follow our lead in the future." Adolf Hitler, 1938. But you see, the framers of our Constitution didn't have to witness the coups of the 20th century. They had studied their own history. They had observed the oppressors of their own day. They knew the wickedness of the heart of man, and they knew that it could happen here. It is due to their wisdom, vision, fortitude, and faith, and their inclusion of our Second Amendment into the Bill of Rights that our nation has enjoyed the longest period of freedom the world has ever known. And that's why I love my gun.
I love my gun because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed, we'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free. Now I know just what you're thinking. We'd be safer without guns. But when everyone is totally disarmed, only criminals will have them, and the military too. And when that becomes reality, there's no telling what they do. I love my gun because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed, we'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free. The American frontier was built because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed, we'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free. Every nation that's been conquered from without or from within, they've registered and taken all the guns, for they know just where to find them when they go from door to door. Then there's just no way to stop them or your freedom to restore. I love my gun because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed, we'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free. Every gun law that's enacted seems innocuous at first, but confiscation is their final goal. Just what makes you think we're different, that we always will be free? Just remember Nazi Germany, when many lost their liberty. I love my gun because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed, we'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free.
If you still believe genocide could never happen here, perhaps you've never read a little-known 1961 U.S. State Department document entitled Freedom from War, the United States Program for General and Complete Disarmament in a Peaceful World. This incredibly subversive document, which still remains official U.S. policy, outlines a multi-stage program that concludes with, listen carefully, the surrender of our armed forces to the United Nations, thereby ending our national independence along with any constitutional rights we may now enjoy. This same treacherous program is outlined in yet another State Department document entitled A World Effectively Controlled by the United Nations, which was issued the following year in 1962. Originally a classified document, that report very candidly proposed the creation of a UN-dominated world government. The author, Lincoln Bloomfield, lamented, however, that the American people's constitutional right to keep and bear arms stands in the way of creating the government monopoly on firearms that is necessary for the creation of world government under the auspices of the UN. But are you willing to turn over our entire military to a world governing body? And do you really think UN troops from other countries would have any qualms about eliminating U.S. citizens if they were directed to do so? This federal policy, which has never been retracted, totally explains why every administration, whether Republican or Democrat, has continued to piecemeal away our Second Amendment rights and has attempted to track every gun purchase in this country. And now they have their sights on long guns and ammunition as well. You see, when authorities know where the guns and ammunition are, the next step will be confiscation. The UN is much closer to accomplishing its despicable designs than most Americans realize, especially given the help and support over so many years by our managed media, the large foundations, international bankers, and the mega corporations, along with the complicity of our Washington elite, all who have so much to gain in terms of both money and power. According to a June 8, 2011 article by Raven Clabough, which appeared online in the New American, the UN Small Arms Treaty, which our State Department is advocating for ratification in the U.S. Senate, would effectively override our national sovereignty and would severely infringe upon Second Amendment rights. If you are concerned about America's freedom, you need to contact your U.S. senators and congressmen regarding this UN Small Arms Treaty, which will be up for a vote very soon. And if the prospect of world government does concern you, I also suggest you Google Agenda 21, another United Nations plan already underway for restructuring our nation and entangling each and every one of our lives into this international body. No one will be exempt from the tentacles of this Orwellian plan for world domination. According to one site I checked, Agenda 21 for Dummies, federal tax dollars are already pouring into a number of cities for this subversive project. Please, America, wake up before it's too late, so that God might once again truly bless this nation.
If you say it couldn't happen, you're naive to say the least, and you haven't been reading any history. When the heavy hand of despots come for you and for your sons, don't complain we didn't warn you. There'll be no place left to run. I love my gun because it helps keep America free. Our founding fathers said this right would help prevent tyranny. They said that if we wanted greater freedom than all the rest, avoid becoming just another nation oppressed. We need our guns because they'd help keep America free. We'd need our guns because they'd help keep America free. We'd need our guns because they'd help keep